The Texas Tech football team was in action this past weekend in a location the team had never competed before. Coming up, we'll let you know if the change in venue helped the team get back in the win column.
Halloween is just over a week away, and some campus groups are helping Red Raiders get into the spooky spirit with some thrilling events. Find out how one recent activity gave students a chance to show off their skills and enjoy a scary good time.
And the Red Raiders soccer team is currently preparing for a big night of competition that could result in some history making headlines. We'll have the details as the team closes out Big 12 competition against Iowa State.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Jayden Santos.
And I'm Elene Khajishvili. Over the weekend, the Texas Tech football team hit the midpoint of the 2023 conference schedule as they headed north to take on the BYU Cougars for the first time in school history.
Unfortunately, the road trip didn't go well for the Red Raiders, leaving the team with a record that many fans didn't expect at this point in the season. True freshman Jake Strong led Tech onto the field in Provo, Utah, getting his first start at quarterback. Strong threw for 236 yards and a touchdown, but he also had 3 interceptions, contributing to the Red Raiders' 5 total turnovers. Those mistakes sealed the team's fate, losing to BYU 14-27. One of the few highlights of the evening was senior running back Taj Brooks, who had another 100-yard rushing night, collecting 117 yards off of 31 carries and 1 touchdown. Super senior wide receiver Xavier White also gave fans some hope after a 72-yard score in the second quarter that pulled the Red Raiders within a touchdown of the Cougars. But after that, Tech would only score one more time at the end of the third. The most surprising stat of the night was the comparison of total offenses between the two teams. Texas Tech racked up 389 total yards versus BYU's 277. The Red Raiders threw for over 100 yards more than the Cougars, but the turnovers ended several drives early and even resulted in 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown. After another disappointing loss, the Red Raiders now have a Saturday off before starting the last portion of their conference schedule against TCU here in Lubbock. Last year's runners-up to the national championship haven't looked as strong this year, but it will still be a tough test at the Jones. Tech versus TCU is scheduled for Thursday, November 2nd at 6 p.m. with TV coverage on FS1.
The countdown to Halloween is underway, with just over a week remaining before the spookiest day of the year. In the meantime, many campus groups are taking advantage of the scary season to host some spirited events with a haunted holiday theme. On Friday, the Writing Centers of Texas Tech hosted an on-campus celebration for the National Day on Writing. The annual event happens each year on October 20th to bring attention to the importance of writing. This year, the Writing Centers headed outside onto the north lawn of Weeks Hall for some Halloween-themed fun. Students could stop by the event, grab a free Halloween-themed t-shirt, and then practice their short-form writing skills in a unique competition.
We're doing a 2-sentence story contest where you can come in and write a 2-sentence story at our undergraduate writing center. Their consultants are going to choose the winner and you win a prize.
Friday event also included free outdoor games and the chance to grab a free frozen treat from Curbside Sweets. Attendees also had the chance to visit with the staff from the undergraduate and graduate writing centers to learn about all the services they provide to Red Raiders. Both centers are located on the 3rd floor of Weeks Hall. Walk-ins are welcome, but appointments are always preferred. For more information on the Writing Centers of Texas Tech or to make an appointment for an online or face-to-face consultation with the Writing Center staff, visit writingcenters.ttu.edu.
Earlier this semester, the Texas Tech campus announced a fall enrollment record of 40,944 students, with almost 33,000 classified as undergrads. Even though that is a huge number, one group here on campus is working to help make the academic experience special for many of those students. The Center for Transformative Undergraduate Experiences, or TRU, held their 2023 symposium on Friday and Saturday in the Sub. The 2-day event included a schedule of student and alumni talks, luncheons, and a competition. The talks were divided into 2 categories, Impact Talks and Career Talks. Impact Talks gave current students 3 minutes to explain a project they were working on and the impact of their efforts. Career Talks featured TTU alumni who returned to campus to talk about their time on campus and how that has helped them get to where they are now. Several posters were also on display in the main ballroom, showcasing opportunities undergraduates have been given to go beyond regular coursework, which is one of the main goals of TRU.
The Center for Transformative Undergraduate Experiences is a mouthful, but at kind of our heart and soul is to answer the question of why an undergraduate student would want to come to Texas Tech to get their bachelor's degree instead of staying home and taking classes online from their parents' basement. And so we try to help support opportunities for them to get out of traditional classroom settings and engage in experiential learning, undergraduate research, creative activities.
The 2023 True Symposium wrapped up on Saturday with Impact Talk finals. Finalists were chosen from each of the previous sessions to present to a panel of judges, with the top 10 students receiving monetary awards. The Center for Transformative Undergraduate Experiences offers programs and opportunities for all undergraduates here at Texas Tech. If you would like to learn more about the center, visit true.ttu.edu and click on the Students tab. Over the weekend, the South Plains area experienced some unseasonably warm weather, with highs climbing into the upper 80s on Friday and Saturday. In fact, a new record of 90 degrees was set on Saturday afternoon at the National Weather Service office at the Lubbock Airport.
The weekend highs were a continuation of warmer than normal temperatures that have continued to appear in the forecast over the last few weeks. But could that trend finally be coming to an end as we continue into the final full week of October? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV Tower Cam is showing mostly cloudy skies this afternoon, and that has been the norm throughout the day. So far, we haven't seen any rain, but that could change soon with storms expected to move into the area late this afternoon. The change in conditions have also included a drop in temperatures, with highs reaching the low 70s afternoon. But that won't last long, as temperatures are expected to drop once the rain begins. Tonight, the chance for rain continues, with a slight chance of thunderstorms around sunset. After that, the moisture will help temperatures drop into the 60s, but that is about as cool as it will get overnight. Tomorrow, we'll see another round of rain to start the morning, but we should dry out before students head to 8 a.m. classes. From there, cloudy skies will stick around until noon, and then we'll see partly cloudy skies until the evening. But after sunset, another round of showers is expected to start, and we could see even more rain throughout the evening. Wednesday is currently forecast to be the wettest day of the week, with rain expected from early morning until the end of the day. The rain is expected to come to an end by nightfall, but before then, it should be wet and cool, with highs climbing into the 70s in the mid-afternoon. Once the rain moves out, the clouds should clear too, and that means that Thursday should be a much milder day, with clear skies and highs near 80 degrees. Looking ahead, another round of rain and a cold front could lead to a wet and cool weekend, followed by a big drop in temperatures at the beginning of the week. But as of right now, it appears that dry conditions could return to the area in time for Halloween night.
As we mentioned earlier, Texas Tech football season record has been disappointing for many fans, with some wondering if the team will make it to a bowl game. But another Red Raider team has had the opposite results this season, with the chance to make the history books tonight. Texas Tech's women's soccer team is currently in Ames, Iowa, awaiting the start of a game that could lead to the Red Raiders' first regular season Big 12 title in program history. Texas Tech is currently ranked number 5 in the NCAA Selection Committee's top 16 poll, and that secures them a spot in the postseason. But a Big 12 regular season title would be a great start to a potential run towards a national championship. The Red Raiders currently sit in the top spot in the Big 12, 2 points ahead of BYU and 3 ahead of TCU. If Tech wins tonight, they will clinch the title, but a loss by BYU and TCU would also secure the championship for the Red Raiders. Tonight's showdown with Iowa State is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. at the Cyclone Sports Complex. The game will be available through Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Much like Texas Tech football, the Red Raider volleyball team has not had the season they had hoped for this fall. The team has had a rough run in conference, facing 3 teams ranked in the top 25 in just the last 2 weeks. Their latest ranked opponent, the number 22 ranked Houston Cougars, headed to Lubbock on Friday to face off against Tech in 2 matches at the United Supermarkets Arena. On Friday, the Cougars made quick work of the Red Raiders in set 1, winning 25-12. The Red Raiders made things interesting in the second set, scoring 23 points, but still falling to Houston by 2. The final set was a near repeat of the first, with Tech falling 11-25. Houston took match 1, 3-0. The Red Raiders headed into Saturday's game looking for better results, with hopes of breaking a 7-game losing streak. Overall, Tech had a better night, scoring 20-plus points in the first and third set and 18 in the second, but it was still not enough to take down the Cougars. Houston swept match 2 and extended the Red Raiders' losing streak to 8. Tech volleyball finally gets a break from ranked action this week, as they head to Cincinnati to take on the Bearcats. Cincinnati is currently sitting at 3-6 in conference, giving the Red Raiders a chance to rebound and get back in the win column. The game is set for Wednesday night at 5 p.m. and you can catch it on the ESPN+. The Halloween season may not be known as the season of giving, but one campus group has been working to change that during a month-long call for donations.
The annual Tech Can Share food drive has been moved up a month this year, and although October is coming to an end, you still have a chance to help some fellow Red Raiders in need. The 2023 edition of Tech Can Share started at the beginning of October and continues through Halloween. The Student Activities Board hosts the food drive each year, but for the first time they are partnering with Texas Tech Athletics. The drive is currently taking place at the SAB office located in the basement of the sub and the Marcia Sharp Center for Athletics near Jones Stadium. At the end of the drive, Tech Athletics will double all donations up to 200 cans. All donations will benefit the on-campus Raider Red Food Pantry. The pantry helps hungry students by providing free food and necessary supplies throughout the year. Traditionally, the Tech Can Food Drive has been part of the South Plains Food Bank's You Can Share Drive, but the change to partner with Raider Red's Food Pantry led to the new timeline for the month-long event. For more information on this year's Tech Can Share Food Drive, visit sab.ttu.edu and click on Events.
So Jayden, have you had a chance to donate to this year's Tech Can Share Food Drive?
You know I have not, but it sounds like a great opportunity.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.